Holy Spirit says, I am your focus in all things now. Stay with me as the one you trust. Do not rely on yourself for anything. For each time you trust your little s self, you weaken your faith in me. Another opportunity that came up for me through this foundation, remember the message came to me when I was guided to start the foundation. Another opportunity that came up to me was the publishing of NTI. We became aware that it definitely was going to be a book. We were given a title, we were given a cover, and there were already a lot of students of the book, a few hundred at least, because as you guys know, as many of you know, as NTI was coming, I was posting it. So there were people who were reading it. Some started as early as I did with the very first post. And they wanted it in book form because, it's a bit of a pain to print out a bunch of posts and carry them around in a binder. So although they already had the book, they wanted it in book form. It would be more convenient. But I received guidance not to look for a publisher. I was told that one would be provided for me. Now, if you guys know anything about the world, that breaks all the rules. You're supposed to look and look like crazy. Expect like 30 rejections and don't quit because you'll finally get someone to say yes, right? I was told not to look at all. Friends from all over were sending me recommendations of who they thought I should submit this to. But I just kept feeling, no, wait. This went on for months. I seemed to be sitting on this book and doing nothing to get it published. And at least one friend became very annoyed with me and in fact yelled at me, told me I was blowing it. And I got to tell you, my self-doubt came up for a moment there. But then I remembered to trust Spirit in everything. If I was to rely on my little s self and get out there and hit the streets and try to publish this book, my faith in Spirit would weaken. My faith in Regina would grow. I would know Regina could get things done. But that's faith in the ego. My job was to follow this guidance. And so I did. And one day, I was guided through Dove, which is funny because I always knew that the guidance would somehow come through Dove. I was guided through Dove to call Nook Sanchez, just to get to know her. This is when she was kind of new, hitting the scene, and she was networking, getting to know everyone. And Nook suggested that I send NTI to her publisher. And I said, oh no, I'm waiting for guidance on who to send NTI to. And she says, Regina, I think you've got a green light on this one. And as soon as she said that, it's as if every cell in my body began to giggle and dance and vibrate. And I knew that my time of waiting was over. I had done nothing, and a publisher had been provided. Sometimes it takes great willingness not to depend on our little s self, not to get things done our way. I have another situation now where I'm trusting. I see the desire for me to take control and get it done, and I know better, so I'm not. But Spirit told me in this guidance, when I started the Foundation for Holy Spirit, I, Holy Spirit, am your focus in all things now. Stay with me as the one you trust. Do not rely on yourself in anything, for each time you trust your little s self, you weaken your faith in me. And I do not want to weaken my faith in Spirit. So when I see the temptation to take control and get something done my way, I need to practice that 3-step process again, right? First, I notice the desire to take control and get it done. Second, I remember what I want. I want to let go of little s self-reliance and be reliant instead fully on Spirit. And then 3, I look at my options. I can take control, or I can set back and trust and let Spirit guide in all things. And I choose from the heart. I release control and I let Spirit lead. This message ends with, give all trust to me. Give all circumstances to me. Step away from reliance on self. So that's it. That was my guidance for the Foundation for the Holy Spirit.